And Greg is asking, can my group submit more than one MVP for 2023?
Great question, Greg. Yes, you can submit more than one MVP. The limitation is that any particular CIN provider can submit or be part of only one MVP. It's okay for a provider to have an MVP submission and a traditional MIPS submission. You'll get the benefit of the best applicable score, but Medicare will only accept a single MVP for any particular provider. If your group is going to do one MVP, either alone or alongside a traditional MIPS submission, the MVP can apply to all of the groups of providers. But to do two MVPs, you have to assign your providers to two distinct and unique subgroups, a different MVP assigned to each subgroup. The only other requirement is that the measures chosen for each subgroup, the measures you submit have to meet case minimums and data completeness criteria. As long as that's true for the whole subgroup, it's a valid submission. Note, it's not a requirement that each provider assigned to each subgroup an MVP contributes patients to the measures. As long as the subgroup meets case minimums and data completeness criteria, it will be scored and it will be valid. One additional reminder, from Medicare's perspective, a provider is defined not by just their national provider identifier, that's the NPI, but also by the tax ID number in which they're working. A provider is a TIN NPI. Remember also that Medicare defines a practice by tax ID number TIN that bills for and collects payments for one or more TIN provider services. So a provider as a TIN provider who works in more than one TIN practice has MIPS obligations and the full array of MIPS choices relative to each practice in which they work. Thanks, Greg. I hope this answers that question about multiple MVPs for 2023.